Monday Live. I gotta get my Stampin' Lips on today. Ooh, I'm not sure if this is gonna match. This might match, but it might not, so we'll see. But I hope you all had a great weekend. I don't know, we'll see. I gotta stay inside the lines. Okay, so it has been, that is bright. It has been a busy day here at the cave. We were working so hard on getting everything ready for our Sunshine and Creativity Delivered boxes that are going out. And they were all of my orders from Stampin' Up! Were supposed to be here today, which I was really excited. Like, good job, Stampin' Up! That came really quick, yay. And then I got a notice at like probably 3:30 that the delivery was rescheduled till Wednesday, which really bums me out because I had help today for this. My Whitney, my assistant, was here all day today, which was glorious. But that all kind of fell through. Darn it all. I guess yesterday they played sports and teams won, or a team won, I guess. I'm so bummed. My sister sent me this meme and it said, actually, let me find it because it's so funny. I get how football works. I know football, but I'm just not into it lately. And she sent me this. The most important parts of the Super Bowl are the commercials and the food. I don't really care who makes the most baskets. I thought that was hilarious. So she sent me that, and I meant to post that on my Creativity Cave page, but I forgot. But that pretty much sums up my thoughts on the game yesterday. This is really funny. We tried to watch it. We don't have cable anymore. And I don't know if we have like an antenna on our house or not. I don't know how that works. And so my husband downloaded like the Fox app or whatever. And so we're trying to like watch it. And it wouldn't work. We tried a bunch of times. And so we're like, nah, oh well. I am a little bummed. I heard that, well, I kind of wanted to watch the halftime show. I'm not like a huge Rihanna fan or anything, but it's always interesting to see how the halftime shows work. And I didn't see that, so oh well. And I heard that Chris Stapleton did the national anthem, which was really awesome, but I guess I can Google it and catch it. And of course, the commercials, I've seen a couple. But someone just said the John Travolta one. I know my husband mentioned that. He must have saw it somewhere. And that is one that I heard was really good because the two other people in that are from a show that I love watching called Scrubs. And so I would like to see that. So yeah. And then I had to laugh because I'm seeing all the comments that come in on like Facebook or wherever people are commenting on things, I guess Instagram, social media in general. And they're like, oh, well, Rihanna lip synced it. Well, of course she did. There's like apparently a gazillion people who watch this game. Like, obviously, you can't trust that that's all going to work out. So anyway, I think that's funny. And she's pregnant, whatever. Like, guess what? Women have been doing stuff pregnant for forever. So I don't know. I think that's just interesting. But I guess it was a good game. Again, I don't know who had the most baskets, but actually I do know. It was the Kansas City Chiefs. One of my favorite quotes. So my husband and I can we can have entire conversations in movie quotes. And one of my favorite quotes is from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, where the principal's looking for Ferris, all afternoon. And he goes to like a bar and grill type of a place or something. And he asks the guy, who's winning the game, and it's a baseball game. And or he said, "What's the score?" And he goes, "Nothing, nothing." And he goes, "Who's winning?" Which obviously is funny. And then he goes like, "The Bears," and they're playing baseball. And I always like that. So that's kind of a funny one. Anyway, well, I hope you guys had a lovely weekend. I actually got to do kind of a rare Sunday afternoon live, and it was a good live, I thought. It was for our Stamp Happy Academy open house that we had this weekend, and it was so good. I loved the projects that I made, and so I hope that you guys had a chance to check out our Stamp Happy Academy open house. If you didn't, I'll throw the link in here. I don't have it in here right now. There is a link to Stamp Happy Academy. You can check out our Facebook page where we have all the information posted. So just search Stamp Happy Academy and you'll see us. But I did a live yesterday talking about our Stamp Happy live classes that we do. There's 3 lives a month, and it is just such a great resource for you to make you a better stamper, to help you make better use of your stamping time, to help you come up with project ideas faster. So it was really great. And thank you for all of you guys who are commenting. I really appreciate that. It's lovely to see those comments come through. I'm so glad that you enjoyed it. I'm laughing. Debbie says, "Holy crap, I forgot to watch you." I know, like, it was before the game. So anyway, and Cynthia, you joined us. I'm so glad. I got your message. Thank you. I am so excited that you joined us for Stamp Happy. It's such a great resource. Like I said, it's good to help you get your creative juices flowing. So we're so excited that you joined. Now, today I'll be honest, because I had Whitney here all day, I didn't get my usual time to kind of figure out my projects. So we'll see. Usually those are the days where I kind of come up with stuff on the fly and it works out okay. We'll see. I'm not so sure, but you never know. I've got a couple things planned. I think we'll be okay. And I know I promised last week that I would get our card challenge up. I haven't done it yet. So last week was kind of a show, if you know what I'm saying. So my husband had his spinal tap round 2 on Monday, and the first one did not go well, which is hence round 2. And while the procedure itself went really well, he was out of commission most of the week. It was a rough week last week. We both are kind of sick. And then my blog, I've been waiting to redo my blog for, well, actually like 2 years, but in essence 6 months. I've been on a waiting list for the company that's switching my blog over because the platform I had it on, well, it's a long story short, but I needed to switch platforms. So anyway, that has been a whole process. And so I couldn't get my post up right away because of stuff going on here. And then the blog switchover happened. And let's just say that hasn't been super smooth for me because I need to learn how to use it. The process, the guy who did it for me did a really great job, but I am still trying to figure out how to post because it's completely different from my other one. My other one was really easy. This one is, it's not complicated. I just don't understand how it all works and where to find everything. And all the things that used to be super easy are now super complicated. So I'm trying to get the post up from last week, which has the card challenge, which I'll post on the Facebook group and all the things. And yeah. And there's Carl. Hi.
Hi.
How are you? Oh, and there's Izzy.
I did a 200 workout and my legs hurt.
Aw, I'm sorry.
Hi. Hey.
Carl and Izzy.
What are you doing?
She's goofy. I think she tried to eat a plastic bag
She
up
did.
there. Yeah.
What?
I had to take her out right before So,
What?
so today, my husband and I went to run an errand, and my tire was flat on my car.
Is that where Dad is?
Yeah.
Okay.
So my tire was like completely flat. Like not like a little low, but like flat. Anywho, so he's trying to get it fixed right now. And I think she probably needed to go out, but he didn't take her out before he left. Imagine that. It's no big deal. But I right before I was coming on live, which is when the majority of the work happens for my live prep, that 5 minutes before, I had to take her out. And she was like sniffing. You know how dogs are. They got to sniff all the things before they can commit to a spot to go. And she did not want to commit. So I was like, do you want a TREAT? And that got her in so I could come down here and start my live.
Oh.
I love how you're sharing a little Izzy. So try and pop her up again.
Hug?
Say hi.
Hug? Yeah.
Aw.
Hi.
She's like, ooh, can I lick you? Yeah. Can I just bite your hand off? Hello. 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 She's a hugger. I'm trying to look over here. Don't stop the licking. Bleh. Yeah, she's a pretty dog. She is. She's so cute. That saved her quite a few times, to be honest. Kind of like my kids.
Kind of like when she went missing for.
Well,
If it was an ugly dog, not everyone would have posted.
I don't know. Yeah, she's sweet. Anyway, okay. Now, so I told you that Whitney was here today. She's not usually here during the day. And you guys will laugh at this. So I don't know if Whitney, well, I don't know. This is apparently new. But she went to the bathroom. And she goes, wow, this place is pretty bougie. And I was like, what are you talking about? And I was thinking, oh, because I have like toilet paper. Now, I don't have like COVID toilet paper. I just have a normal amount of toilet paper. And she's like, your toilet paper is scalloped. And I'm like, what? And she goes, you don't know? And I go, no. So literally she brought me a piece. My toilet paper is scalloped. I had no idea. And it's got a nice little swirly pattern on it. It is apparently Charmin. In case you were wondering, Charmin comes like scalloped. Who knew? Like, this is news to me. And she thought I was all fancy. I guess I didn't realize that I had purchased the fancy toilet paper. So there you go, friends. You can get fancy toilet paper too if you want. I'm pretty sure this came in a giant thing at Costco. So yeah, I did not die cut it, Tiffany. You think I have way more time on my hands than I do. So anyway, this is bougie toilet paper in case you were wondering. All right, so I'm going to flip my camera around. I'm gonna panic clean my desk before I do that. And then we're gonna make some pretty cards. So there you go. Okay, I gotta try and keep my pieces together for my projects. The struggle is real. Okay, all right. Oh, you are kidding. I figured. Okay, so, oh, I do have a cool little project that I was gonna do last week, but we didn't do. So I am going to do it this week. And it has my favorite thing in it, which is watercoloring. So, okay, hold on. I'm going to flip my camera. Okay. Haha, there we are. See, I panic clean pretty good. Right? Like, I can just, if you were watching me, I'd put my arm across here, like from the front. Also, I had these on my desk. I showed these last week. And they've just been sitting on my desk, so I like pulling these off. What does that say? Off. I can't read that one. Here, I'll eat it. It'll be okay. Oops, that's a piece. Rachel. Okay, I had a really good one that made me crack up. How you doing? If you don't have Friends Conversation Hearts, I do recommend them. Gunther, that's no good. This one is probably my favorite. Wappa! Off plane. Is this like get off the plane? Oh, here's another good one. A moo point. And my personal favorite. Oh my God. I do that pretty good, don't I? Okay. So here's some snacks in case you need them. It's always good to have snacks. Okay. So, I have some cards to show you. So this one, isn't this pretty? It's just so simple. I really like this. This is from Wendy, who just sent the really sweetest card. So thank you so much, Wendy. I love this. Very, very cute. This one actually, I was cleaning my desk off this weekend and found this. This is from one of my team members, and I actually have had it for a while, but I had just found it under some things, as I often do find things under other things. But this is a really sweet card too. I think this was from like a paper pumpkin kit. Is that right? So anyway, thank you so much for that, Sharon. And then I got this cute little Valentine from another team member. This is from Anne, who's just the best. She makes super cute cards. So thank you so much for thinking of me, Anne. And then this card is from another team member who is just the best. She sends awesome cards all the time, which I just so appreciate. This is from Brenda. So thank you, Brenda. And then I got this super cute card. I think this one is from my team member too. From Beth Ann, who is just the sweetest ever. And then this cutie patootie with a really cute message in here. And I love this. Let me show you this. So she said, "Do you recognize this card?" And then I was like, of course I do. This is from a class I had, several years ago. And I loved this. Do you guys remember this paper? Oh, that was like the best stuff. So this was a card, or based on a card that we did in my class. So thank you, Miss Debbie. I appreciate it so much. You're just the sweetest. And then I also got this cute card from one of my uplines in Stampin' Up, and she just sent me this, and I thought it was so fun. And a really just a simple, cute card. So yeah. So anyway, those are some fun things that were in my mailbox. So thank you all so very much who sent me cards. I really appreciate it. It is so fun to get mail in the mail. Okay. Also, let's see here. Okay, so we're gonna do a project with our watercolor world. I've been wanting to do this, by the way, since this came out. So I have been so excited to share this background stamp. I love this so much. It's really cool. By the way, I see you're on here, Miss Kyla. Is this Tasmania, right? Right down here? I'm pretty sure that's where she lives. And then we're like over here-ish. So we're going to make a card that both of us are on. Okay, so I'm going to take my watercolor paper, and I'm going to emboss this. So I find the easiest way to emboss something is on the good old Stamparatus, because it will take care of everything for me. And if I mess up, I can just stamp it again. So I'm going to put my Embossing Essentials embossing buddy, my Embossing Essentials toolkit, is that the official name of that? With the embossing buddy that comes in it. So I've treated my paper with that powder. Whapa! And I'm going to ink this up in some Versamark ink. Sorry, I just had to grab it. Look at this. This is like my super good Versamark that's been around the block a time or two and is still clean, which is kind of a modern day miracle. Okay, so I'm inking this up really well. And woo! I'm going to stamp it down, but I'm going to adjust my paper so it's on here better. There we go. And we'll stamp this. I got to get my hockey thingy. Oh my gosh, I just found some more cards. I'll show them next week. We're kind of past that point. But the place where I usually keep my cards, I didn't realize I had some cards in there. Okay, so here we go. I'm using, this is an air hockey handle that somebody sent me a long time ago for this purpose, because it just glides across your stamparatus. Now, I think that's good. I'm going to take this out and emboss it. Now, here's true confessions of a stamper. I need to replace my clear powder because, I don't know, it's like messed up. Something's wrong with it. I don't know what happened to it. Well, first of all, it's kind of old. I've had it a while. Let's just be real. And as a result, let's just say it's not the most effective embossing powder that there is. So I need to like replace it. I just haven't, because I don't think of it until I need it. And then I'm like, off plane. So, anywho. So we're gonna emboss this. So I'm using white powder instead of clear because my clear is all weird. It'll work the same because I'm on essentially white paper. And we're gonna do a little emboss resist action. So I'm just heating this up, and there is just nothing more magical than when embossing powder melts, in my personal opinion. I have been a demonstrator for 24 years, which is pretty much how long I've been stamping, and this still gets me every time. I love it. It's so awesome. And there's something about the smell of embossing powder, like, I think you guys know what I mean, right? Like, there's a smell to embossing powder. It smells good. What, like, good in a, like a, I don't know what the word is. Good in a, because you smell this because you're crafting, and that's why it's a good smell. Okay. All right. So I think we've got everything. All right. And now I will say this is not perfect. This could have stamped a little better, but I'm not going to get too worried about it. Okay. Now I'm going to take my water painter, and I'm using the big wide brush, and I want to add some color to this. And I kind of want to do a rainbow, really. So I'm going to grab whatever colors of the rainbow I'm feeling, which I'm going to do kind of a standard rainbow. So, and I'm probably going to get rid of one of these colors because we don't really, well, I'll do this because we don't need every single color. Green, I mean, Coastal Cabana, as if we wouldn't use that. Let's just be honest here. Maybe some Pacific Point, and if we still have time, we'll throw some Gorgeous Grape in there. Okay, so I'm going to start kind of going down the row with these. And the way I do this is I squeeze the ink pad to my lid. Now, if that does not work for you, if you don't have the hand strength to do that, don't worry. You can just take a clean block and touch your block into the ink and pick it up off your block, and that is just fine as well. Okay, I also have a little rag here to help me get my brush clean between colors. So here we go. And, ooh, I should have started by putting some water down. We're getting this really wet. Okay, and now, there we go. So I started with Poppy Parade. Now the interesting thing about this color is it really seems to break down a little bit. There's other colors in Poppy Parade besides Poppy Parade. So it looks like there's kind of a pinky base to this. So while this is kind of supposed to be a red color, I'm seeing a lot of pink come out of it, which is just fine because that's one of the other colors we're using, which is Melon Mambo. So again, I'm just going to pull that pink out and add this going across. Okay, we'll close this up because you know bad things happen if we don't. Next up is Daffodil Delight. Now Daffodil's going to mix with my pink and red to create kind of a third color of orangey. Probably. It's not mixing that well. I'm getting more water out to kind of help this process. But usually, there we go. We're starting to get kind of a third color in between. I might even bring back some of my melon because I feel like I didn't get a ton of that on here. Use my little rag. I can hear my dog up there. She has the squeaky toy that's just squeak, 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 squeak. And she thinks it's fun to make noise. Mainly it cracks me up because she's so silly. Oh, she's coming in here with her squeaky toy. It's okay. I have to. Can you hear that? I gotta show you this. Hold on. Okay, where's your toy? Where's your toy? Where'd it go? What is that? It's a It's yes. Is that your toy? It's a chocolate covered strawberry. You guys, here, show me your toy. Can I see it? Drop it. Drop it. Good girl. Look at that. Go get it. Okay. I thought you guys would get a kick out of that. Okay, now you can go squeak that somewhere else, Missy. Yeah. She's just like, what do you mean? She's looking at me with her little puppy dog eyes saying, huh? Why would I go somewhere else and do that? Okay, so next we have Granny Apple Green. I'm putting more water down, and that just kind of helps blend the next color with the last color. Okay, here we have Coastal Cabana, the best color. Put that down. A little bit more here. And we're sort of running out of real estate, literally, in our globe. So let's get some Pacific Point. Ooh, that's pretty. Pacific Point is a color I need to just pull out a little more often. Okay, so now I think we're pretty good. We've got most of our colors. I feel like our daffodil just sort of disappeared. Maybe I'll throw a little mango on here. It's a little stronger color. Maybe we'll get more with that. But first, we got to get rid of the Pacific Point because nothing good is going to happen with that. There we go. Okay, that looks good. All right, so we've got all these beautiful colors. So gorgeous. And now what we're going to do is we're going to set this aside for a couple minutes to dry. Because our next step is going to involve die cutting, and it will not work very well if it's wet still. So we're going to come back to that card in a little bit and finish it off. So in the meantime, let me quick throw my ink pads back in my holder. And pardon me, because it's going to make my thing jiggle. Also, I believe my son is somewhere going, that's what she said. It's so, and this is so terrible, you guys. Living with a teenage boy Well, that's what she said. Jokes just come free flying, and I can't stop them. Like myself, I can't stop saying them. It's really bad. Okay, so we're gonna come back and finish this here in a minute. Next up, we're gonna use the Fragrant Flowers stamp set. This is a really great stamp set. It matches with our favored flowers celebration paper, which is just gorgeous. I can't get enough of this paper. It's so beautiful, and they designed it so nicely with the beautiful florals on one side, and then of course the coordinating solid patterns on the other side that match with the paper. Oh, you guys, it's truly the best. If you don't have a pack or two of this, run, don't walk to my online store and get some more with free with your purchase. Oh, I love that. So awesome. Okay. So anyway, I had that issue before Carl was a teen. Well, that's true. And actually, I gotta adjust my camera here to cover up my work line, my desk, my work surface line. Okay. So anyway, we're going to use the Fragrant Flowers. Now, this is actually the subject of my Creativity to Go kit this month. And we are going to make 8 beautiful cards with this bundle. So if you don't have it, it's a great one to have on your list. Now I'm going to pull out from this, and actually we might use this for a couple things. But one of the things I love is there is this die that's going to cut out my thanks sentiment, which I just love. And then there's also some of these little buds. And so I thought we would die cut a couple of these. Okay, so I'm going to take and die cut this. Now, on this one, I want to die cut it from some black cardstock, which I'm going to die cut first, and then I'm going to heat emboss. I prefer to do it in that order just because it's just easier than the heat embossing part, you know. And then I'm also going to die cut a couple of these little bud things, flower buds. Okay, so let me cut that quick. Okay, there's one, and then I just need a little more paper for another. And you know what? I think I was supposed to do this in vellum, not the label, but the little bud things, because I have my piece of vellum here. I'm like, what is that for? Oh yeah, just what I needed it for. Okay, so we're cutting again feverishly quick. Now the good news is I can take these pieces I don't use and throw them in with my stamp set and use them later. Okay. So here we go. All right, now I'm going to take this label as mentioned, and I'm going to stamp my sentiment on it. And I want to heat emboss this as well because, you know, we're here and we're doing all the things. So I'm going to take my embossing buddy, treat that paper. Since I've been touching it with my greasy hands, they're not like greasy, but, you know, we have oils in our hands just naturally in our skin. Then I'm inking this up with the good Versamark. And then I'm going to stamp this on here like so. Oh. And then we're going to heat it real quick. Okay. Fabulous. Now, we're going to take the finger saver and heat this baby up. I love the I love these little I was gonna call these tongs. What do you call this? Tweezers. I'm like, tongs, that's not right. You know, card making tongs. Gosh, what did I call them yesterday in my live? Maybe I did call them the finger saver, but this is just like the best tool. And it's like, this is like sturdy. It's like the real deal. It's not like just a lame one. Okay, so there we go. Thanks. Now let's cover this up before there's a situation. Because let's be honest, that's very likely here in my office. Okay, now I need my card base, which, here's hoping. Whew. Okay, so I've got a petal pink card base, and let's just give this a good crease. I've cut a piece of this DSP to be 4 by 5 1/4, which is, of course, kind of our standard layer size. And I'll put that on here like so. So pretty. And then I have a layer of 3 by 4, which I love this size because it's kind of a standard size, right? Like, it fits evenly. You can get an even number of these out of a sheet of the 12 by 12, which is really great. And so I like this size. But I think to really make this pop, I'm going to layer this on a piece of my black cardstock. And so to do that, let me just grab my trimmer quick. I'm going to cut this piece down to 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. So it's just a skinny little strip of paper hanging off my DSP. So pretty. And doesn't that just really, I think that just adds a nice look of things. Now this 3 by 4 is a size that I use quite a bit just because it is so convenient. You can also get 6 of these out of a sheet of cardstock, of like the black. You can get 6 of those out of a sheet of cardstock, which is another convenient measurement. Okay, I'm going to pop this up onto my card because let's be honest, we know Dina likes to pop stuff up. And I'm also going to take and add those little die cut pieces. I'm going to tuck them in behind my sentiment. And I'm just kind of going around my sheet of dimensionals here so I can use these. Okay, and I don't know if there's a right or a wrong. Upside down, upside right. So pretty. Okay, now the really fun part about this is you could do this card, the same card in like Fresh Freesia with just switching the patterns, and it would be really nice. You could also do it in Calypso Coral by switching the patterns. You could also do it in like Blackberry Bliss just by switching the patterns. So you can make this, recreate this card in several color combos, which would also, I'm just saying, make a great set of cards. Okay, so we have our little thanks. And like I said, I wanted to add some of these, and actually maybe the black ones aren't so bad. I kind of like them better, to be honest. I was thinking the vellum, but I'm kind of here for the black. So yay. They're pretty fun to just add to that. Okay, you can also add, we've got some, I'm sort of, oh, that did not, there we go. Trying to kind of adhere these to the dimensionals on the back just to hold them in place. We've also got some leaves that you could do this with as well in this set of dies. Okay, so we'll just put those on there like that, which is nice, but we can do more. I love this pale papaya ribbon. Even though we're using petal pink cardstock, I think we can add the pale papaya ribbon and it'll look really nice. Even though it's a little bit of an orangier color than our pinky cardstock, I think it still goes with the colors we've got on here. You could also take and color this with your Stampin' Blends and make it a little more calypso corally, which would be pretty. And so we're going to just kind of tack that down right there. And then I've got some of my iridescent pastel gems. These are bougie. Scallop toilet paper is less bougie, I'm just saying. If you're just joining us, I showed everybody how I apparently have bougie toilet paper because it's scalloped. But I did not know that when I bought it. Full disclosure. Okay, so let's see. Now I think we can use, well, really any of these gems. Now these are just so like happy. Just happy, happy, happy. So I'm going to sprinkle these on and I'm going to use a couple different colors just for fun. I'll throw one up there. Maybe another one up over here. So they're just kind of on our card in a few spots. So pretty. Okay, but wait, there's more. So our stamp set has these gorgeous floral images, and it also has this cool little pattern, which you can see is on this paper. So I think we could for sure add a little bit of that. I like this pattern paper, or this pattern design, whatever. And so I think we can add this. I haven't used it yet. Let's add this to the inside of our card. Now I do want to be a little careful because I don't want to catch the edge, because this kind of has a lot of rubber on the edge, but we're going to be okay. So what if we put this, now the real question is, should I stamp it in black or should I stamp it in petal pink? I'm kind of feeling like black might be the answer here, just because it's a little more dramatic with black. And I think I can, let me just grab my scrap paper here. Oh, I always have my scrap paper handy, and then I always cover it up with like 18 other things. Okay. So I'm just going to stamp this in a few spots around. And isn't that kind of fun? And then actually we could kind of collage this up a little. Here's what we're going to do. Oh, this is going to be awesome. We're going to stamp this flower image in our petal pink ink, and we're going to kind of overlap the two, and won't that be pretty? Oh, I love this idea. Look at that. Ooh, nice. How fun is that? Oh my gosh. All right, so let's put this inside our card, and I think we have a winner. So fun. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I just love this. The little shimmer of those gems. So pretty. And of course, the Designer Series paper does all the work. which I love. Now there is a die to cut this out. Obviously we don't need it for our card here today, but I like that there's a die for this. There's also this design in the same size in the designer series paper that the die cuts out as well. So I love when they make dies that cut out both the stamp images and the designer series paper images. So that's really handy. So thank you, Stampin' Up. Okay, so that's our first card complete. We started that other card. I still think it's still a little wet, so I'm going to give it a little time to complete the drawing process. So let's do our other card, which is right here. And this is kind of a fun one too. So I had some scraps of cardstock kind of sitting out on my table, and they were these ones. And I thought this was a really fun color combination, kind of a rainbow, but like not like a total standard rainbow. You know, I love the rainbows, right? So anyway, I thought this was kind of pretty, and I thought we could use or make a bright, fun card with this. So I've got a piece of white cardstock. This is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 by 4, almost 5 inches, 4 7/8. It doesn't really matter. Because what we're going to do is I just have some 1-inch strips. And like I said, it's almost 5 inches. We're going to use this to adhere our strips down. Okay. And it doesn't really matter like the order. I'm going to do it in kind of rainbow order, I guess. But you could change it up if you wanted. Like I said, it's not critical. So I just grabbed some scraps. These are kind of out of my scrap bin. So some of them are the right length and some will trim. Actually, they might all be a little bit bigger than I need them to be. But first of all, I love using scraps. I always think that's just always a good idea. And I love using bright colored scraps. And like I said, this kind of came to me when these colors were just sort of sitting around on my desk near one another. And I'm like, ooh, I like that. Those are some fun colors together. Okay, so they're each about 1 inch. So I'm just going to trim off the excess here. Oh, I went off a little. Hopefully that's going to be okay. If not, we'll just trim. Oh yeah, that's fine. So that looks fun. Now, of course, what would you put on top of this? Any ideas? I know what I'm going to put on top, but what would you put on top? That would be just awesome. I think there's a lot of things. But, so, Cheryl, can you send an email to us about that? I can't fix that for you while I'm live, but I'm more than happy to help you with it. Just drop me a message. Okay, so I have the Sweet Citrus bundle here. It's kind of been burning a hole in my stamp desk, so to speak, because I haven't used it yet, and I really want to. So I thought it might be fun if we used this set with these bright, happy colors. So the Sweet Citrus set is really fun because it's got it's a hybrid set. Oops, meaning that it both cuts and embosses with the hybrid folder. And so there's this die right here that you, you put in the folder on this side. And then it will cut out and emboss the paper all together at once, which is pretty cool. So I thought we could take this and run this through and then add that to our card here, which would be so fun. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to take and die cut this just with a scrap of cardstock, die cut and emboss, I guess I should say. So we'll run this through my machine here really quick. I'm going to put it in just basically all the stuff on my platform with the gray plate, nothing else. Okay, you can hear it's a creaky, cracky kind of folder, and that's okay, no worries. So it's gonna cut all of this good stuff like so. Now you can also take and stamp these images too if you want. So we can do that really quick. Well, actually, no, actually I don't want to. But you can stamp on these as well if you'd like. I want to stick with the white. So, all right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to arrange these. I've got the full whole lemon. I've got the slice, kind of the half of a lemon, and then the wedge, I guess. And I think these are all just so fun. It makes me want to sit by the pool and drink a margarita. I don't know about you guys, but that's just what's calling my name. I think it's supposed to snow this week, but we'll see. Anyway, so I'm going to just pop these up onto my card. Well, I'm going to pop at least some of them up onto my card. Maybe like that. And I just love this so much. Now, there's also just the cutest sentiments that come in here. Sending you a big squeeze, enjoy the sweet things in life, have a zesty birthday, and thanks a bunch. So I'm going to do sending you a big squeeze because I think that's just a fun sentiment for a card like this. And I think also, will it fit? I think we can get it to fit on that top little section right there, which will be super fun. Okay, so I just wanted to kind of arrange everything before I committed to it fully. And then we'll stamp this. Now you could heat emboss this, with white powder like we kind of have been doing a little of that today. But I think I'm going to stamp it in Melon Mambo ink on the Melon Mambo section of my card. And I think that will look good. And then, of course, we're going to embellish this with some iridescent rhinestones because I think that would go really nicely with this. And we'll add that right there. Okay, now the other thing I want to do is there's these cute little flower images, which I want to stamp on here. And I think the easiest way to do that, to add that, is to do it in Versamark, because Versamark can stamp on all these colors and it will just show up, a little darker than the color, like the watermark that it is. So let's take that. I'm going to grab my scrap paper. Okay, and I kind of purposely waited till we adhered these just so I would be able to add a few on here, but not go too crazy because I didn't want my card to get too busy. Okay, so that is just so fun. Put one more up there. Oh, I'm loving that. So now they're just kind of, along the edges in a few spots. And then you can see I put some on here, but then we're going to do the sentiment over the top in the rich color of the Melon Mambo ink. And then that'll show up nice and vibrant in contrast to the Versamark that's on here. Okay. So let's stamp that. And of course we can see right through to line it all up. And look at that. So cute. Okay, so now we're going to keep this nice and simple and just add it to a thick white card base. Like so. And, hold on. I also have crumb cake, and crumb cake is sometimes fun because it is a little bit more neutral in the background so that the white and everything really pops. I kind of like that better. Not gonna lie. So I'm gonna take and pop this up. Or no, I'm gonna adhere it directly to my card. We've already got popped up stuff on here. Okay. And then we can even add to the inside our little lemon, and let's see, sending you a big squeeze. We'll just add that lemon on the inside. But I wonder, do I have any scraps left? No, I don't think so. I could, ooh, I've got this, well, that is not the right color. I'm looking to see if I have a piece of daffodil. That still is not the right color. Why do I have daffodil scraps in my thing here? I've got this little piece. We can make that work. Ooh, here we go. Work with what you've got, right? So I've got a little scrap of this. I'm going to trim it down just a little bit. So it's like an inch. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this. I'm going to stamp those little flowers in Versamark on here. And then I'm going to attach this to the inside of my card as a little decoration like that. Oh, so cute. And if I can just say kind of clever the way I'm doing this. So there's my lemon on the inside just to decorate it. Okay, but we need our gems. Okay, so I've got my iridescent rhinestones, and we are going to put a few of those on here. And these are just so fun. I'm going to place some of them inside the centers of these flowers. And look at how cute that is. Oh my gosh. So fun. I really like how that turned out. Okay, so there's that card. Then it is time to come back to our first card that we started and finish that off. Now I mentioned I wanted to die cut that, but I had to wait till it was completely dry. Ooh, it's still a little wet. Ooh. Okay. So we're going to help it along. Now, whenever you're drying watercolor paper that you have also heat embossed, you want to be careful because you don't want to melt the paper. You know what I mean? Like you don't want it to remelt. Now I'm going to take my bougie toilet paper here and I'm just going to carefully wipe on the embossing. You can see it's picking up some of that color. And the reason I'm doing that, and I might have touched it to my tongue, I can't lie. I'm just trying to pick up the excess color so that my white embossing really pops. And it will, now you don't have to lick yours. You could like dab it in a little water. I'm just saying, you know, like, and then dab, 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 whatever. But there we go. Now let's go ahead and die cut this. So, hold on, I gotta grab my dies. Okay, sorry. I couldn't find my stitched rectangles. So I'm going to take the biggest stitched rectangle and I'm going to die cut this. And despite my best efforts, I still did not get ink over the whole thing, but that's okay because we can probably just add it. All right, but I'm going to cut just a little bit of Alaska off, and I think we've got everything in there. Hopefully those South Pacific Islands are still good. All right, so I'm going to run this through my machine. Now, a little tip for you. Whenever you're die cutting something squared off like this, if you put it in at just the teeniest bit of an angle, so it's not going directly straight across, just a little bit of an angle, it will cut so much better. Oh my gosh, the difference is like amazing. So I would encourage you to do that. Now, after all that, we got to add a little more color, but I think that's going to be a good thing. So I'm just going to pick up some color and just kind of quick throw it down. That's the beauty of watercolor paper, is it will allow me to do such things so that we can kind of fill this in. I'm going to come back and do some, I think actually we're going to go with some Coastal Cabana down here because you can never have enough Coastal Cabana, in my professional opinion. But I did just get some ink all over the place. Let's just clean that up with my bougie toilet paper. Okay, and then I'm just gonna kind of put that down, and I'm gonna try and blend it in a bit, which will take just a little effort, not a ton, but I brought in some clean water and that really makes a difference. And there we go, that looks pretty good. I'm kind of rubbing that with some clean water and that'll give us enough color to make everything good. Okay, so there we go. Now this needs to dry again, but let's do our next thing, which is our sentiment. Now I am so excited about the sentiment, and I hope you will be too. I've got a couple of options. Let's see here which one we're gonna do. I don't know if it'll fit on my one. So the sentiment is from the Botanical Layers stamp set, and it is "You Mean the World to Me." Oh! So this would actually make a really great Valentine card, but it would also work as an anniversary card, just a thinking of you card, whatever. So I've got, this is a stylish shape banner, and because this is so skinny, I think we can get it on here. Let's hope. I've got a couple extras, so if I mess it up, we can give it another shot. Now I'm going to stamp this in some basic gray ink, and then I'm going to stamp that down on here, hoping she comes out okay. Oh, like it was meant to be. Oh, so nice. All right, so we've got that. Let me close that ink up. And we're going to add this to our card. Look at how fun that is. Oh, I'm loving how this is coming together. Okay, now I've got a basic gray card base that I'm just going to add this to. And again, this is a nice neutral color, so the color is really going to pop. I might even take it down a notch. Hold on. Let's try gray granite. Just got to find me a piece. Hold on. There we go. When you're just looking at cardstock, sometimes it's really hard to tell the difference between gray granite and smoky slate when like they're not next to each other. If you were just trying to say, okay, find me a piece of smoky slate versus gray granite, it's not easy. All right, so I'm going to pop this up onto my card. And like I said, this would make such a nice anniversary card, Valentine card, birthday card. miss my friend card, what have you. You could also play with die or embossing this in different colors. Gold would be lovely. I know I did, or silver. I did white or clear, but those would be nice as well. I put it on crooked, so we'll fix that. Oh, well, actually, no, we can still do this. I was going to say I wanted to tie some twine around here. So I've got some of my baker's baker's twine, and I'm going to kind of go over this area. You could also use in our essentials baker's twine pack. There's kind of a gray granite color. You could use that depending on which color you put your card base. You put your card on. Okay, so I'm just going to tie a little bow on here. And depending on who you're giving this to, you can certainly embellish accordingly. If it's for your husband, I probably wouldn't put a ton of rhinestones on here. I'm just saying. Because they never seem to appreciate bling the same way we do, right? But there we go. We'll put that down over the top, and I'll pop that up too since it's kind of lumpy with our twine. And there we go. So fun. Isn't that awesome? What a fun card, and just so easy to do. Heat emboss, like emboss resist, and then color over it. Of course, you can certainly choose colors, specifically. I think another fun thing to do with this is like put a heart where you are and a heart where your friend is, if you're in different parts of the world. Just to kind of jazz it up, like London and the US, or whatever, just because that's kind of a fun way to use the map. So yeah, lots of fun stuff. So let me show you our cards for today. They were fun and happy and colorful, I think. So we've got this one. I of course have a mess on my desk, but that's okay. We've got this one with the sweet citrus, and then we've got this one with our fragrant flowers. So pretty. So a lot of good cards today, I think. So yeah, I keep pushing this on here. I'm gonna kind of reinforce it, I think, a little bit, because my dimensionals were sort of off kilter a little bit, and if I throw another one on here, I think it'll hold it in place so it's not tipping like it is right now. Let's see if we can get this under control. There we go. That's holding it in place better. I might even do one more. Just sometimes you got to convince your card who's boss. And let's just say today it's me. Okay. There. Oh, glorious. So I hope you loved these cards today. If you have any questions, of course, drop me a line. Happy to answer them for you. And everything will be on my blog, hopefully by tomorrow. We'll see. We're still discussing how things go. Of course, in that case, my blog is winning. I am losing, but we'll get there. Just takes a little time to get there, to learn the new system, but I know we'll manage. Anyway, I will be right back here next Monday. So join me for another awesome live. And I hope you guys have a really great week. And we'll see you soon. So thanks, guys. Have a great week. Bye-bye.